all your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Hey there, your yard took a real beating this summer. Luckily, Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard has your back. Just feed your grass with Scott's again this fall when the air is cool and the soil is warm. It's the perfect time to give your lawn a boost. If you do, Winter Guard will give your yard the nourishment it needs to help weak, thin grass recover and support root growth, giving you a greener, more resilient lawn both now and next spring. Guaranteed. Grab a bag of Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard today. You'll be back to barbecuing in no time. This is a Scott's Yard.
Hey parents, we all try to be extra careful with our children in the car, but then we get an important call or text. Remember, our children are watching. Make every drive a good example. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consulting, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
Back in the Gerald the Bossman show with Coach Lloyd Pierce, coach of your Atlanta Hawks here. Coach Pierce, first want to get started, man. How's everything with your family and your wife and children in Atlanta, and how have you been since the quarantine happened, man?
Thanks for having me on. Things are well with our family. We're safe. We're home. We're getting a lot of family time. That's been the one silver lining in everything.
Most definitely. You have a young daughter that's almost 2 years old, so getting to spend time with her has been very much probably a great thing for you right now. Not the way you want it to be, but getting to spend time with her and see her grow and develop, and right there in person, in your face there.
Yeah, no, I got no complaints on that front. She's actually out in the pool right now, and it's great to just see her growth on a daily basis and a consistent basis. So I have no complaints with the family time.
Now, Coach, I saw you guys in Memphis. I was there at the game in Memphis on March 7th, and then my birthday, March 11th, everything kind of changed. You guys put the Knicks, and, Vince made that best shot at the end for you guys, man, and just think about how our world has changed, Coach, since March 11th, and now we're here June 3rd, man. So could you ever dreamed up and imagined a scenario where our world has changed so much in less than 3 months right now, Coach?
Yeah, I mean, to say it's been a trying year is an understatement. And I think, especially in our league, we start with the death of one of the greatest players that ever played this game, Kobe Bryant, and then the commissioner So our league, we were deeply affected emotionally with those two occurrences. But I think as a country and as our world shifted with regards to COVID-19 and the pandemic and being sheltered in, it really put us in a unique position all at once. And, now I think, the other issue that's come up with regards to racial discrimination and the police for African-American men, we're all forced to see something that has happened in our country over and over and over again. We're all forced to see it at the same time and together. And I think that's why we're in the position we've been in the last week or so. It's a response to something that's been a major problem for African Americans for a very long time. And now we're having to deal with it, and the country's reacting.
And, Coach, you made a post, said it could be just for Floyd, but just for Lloyd, a hashtag. And like, Coach, I'm with you. As a 33-year-old black man, I'm fear for my life daily. I move with a different motion than most because I don't want to get pulled over. That could be me. And you're an NBA coach. I'm a radio host. And that doesn't matter if we're both, other than we're both black men. And we're targets, unfortunately, in this world today. And it could easily been you or I instead of George Floyd. And expound out some more, Coach, because I feel like it's so important for us listeners to hear this here in Nashville that we have a little bit different experience than most do. And we have to also watch ourselves and watch our movements because anything we do can cost us our life just by living our normal life.
Yeah, and I agree. I've tried to avoid sharing the personal stories, whether it's myself or people that I know. I think the truth of the matter is I've been black for 44 years, and I've experienced this defense mechanism for as long as I can remember when it comes to how you're supposed to conduct yourself when it comes to law enforcement. It's just an association of fear that happens naturally. I don't even know when it started. I don't know, what I've done or to equip myself with the proper response or reaction. But it's the fact that I have that fear, and so do most black men and black people in general, because of the systemic oppression that we faced, and because of the lack of communication or interaction that we just don't have for some reason in our communities, and with specific officers. I mean, it's not something that we say against all law enforcement. It's something that we say does exist. And it exists for one is too many, and it exists for too many officers and too many situations. And so I think it is an important conversation, but I think the flip side of it is that's what I've known, for as long as I can remember. I think what we don't know is who doesn't understand that this is a problem, and that's where we do talk to those that aren't of color, and we talk to our white coworkers and our white friends and our white CEOs and our white bosses and our white teammates about that fear, so they understand. It's not a matter of you should be in our shoes and you should feel what we feel. We don't want that. I'm not asking for anyone to go through that. What I'm asking for is you to understand and acknowledge that that's a real issue. And if you can acknowledge that, we can start having those conversations about where it exists, because the education it has to exist. In your families, they need to know that it's a problem. And your friends, they need to know that it's a problem. And then we can start figuring out, well, how do we solve it, and how do we deal with it, and how do we correct it, and how do we police it, and how do we understand it better? But we first have to acknowledge it. And that's all I've been trying to do is be somewhat of a conduit in helping others join in that conversation, because I'm a head coach. I have a platform. There's a lot of other head coaches. They have a platform, and we're trying to form this committee and this group and be unified in how we deliver that message to our NBA cities and our fan base, to our players, to our owners, and everyone else that'll listen.
You got that right, Coach. And me personally, I've had some of my white friends call me this week and say they understand that, or had me to explain to them my perspective on how this operates. And so just be able to talk to my white friends and white coworkers in the radio business and be able to explain to them how I've had to live for 33 years of my life and you 44 years. And I think it's been a great week. There's been some pushback from some of my white friends who have certain biases, but for the most part, Coach, they've been open and receptive to our message of this is how we feel. It's what we felt for years. And I think seeing George Floyd lay there for 9 minutes almost with a knee in his neck finally made him realize, hey, this is a problem. And we can help solve the problem because we all need blacks on 10% of this nation. We need, like Steve Chris said, it's a white people problem to a degree to help us make this change to be better going forward in 2020 and beyond.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. And I think it's a feeling that we all, and a question that we all have to ask ourselves. If you haven't had the conversation with someone and you're afraid to have the conversation with someone and someone's afraid to have it with you, well, you know where the problem is. It's the admittance of it. It's the understanding of it. And you know, until we can have that conversation, it's going to be hard to create any kind of change. And it's not an easy conversation. I'm not saying that, you know, all white people should just come out and start talking about the fact that there is racial discrimination. I think it's just really understanding that it's there and understanding, you know, of others' opinions and feelings and thoughts and beliefs. And, you know, for those that don't acknowledge it yet, you know, we still have a long way to go. And there's so many things that we're all searching for as to how we can find solutions to that. But I still believe we really have to acknowledge that there's an origin of this problem and how it started and why it's become this. But it hasn't gone away. We haven't had a solution to this for as long as I know. And so we really just need to get back to the origin and acknowledge that this has been a problem for a long time. We just happen to all see it live and on camera June or May 25th or whatever that last Monday was.
Most definitely, Coach. And I'll admit to you, this is probably personally, Coach, here in Nashville, I'm afraid to go to certain parts of town still. And I'm in my 30s, Coach. No lie. A certain part of town here I won't go into because I know what could happen to me. And I shouldn't feel that way in 2020. But, of course, you and I both know the reality of the situation is. So I feel like explaining that to my white friends and coworkers has been revealing to them that, wow, they didn't know that I felt that I can't go to certain parts of town, certain suburbs I shouldn't be in past dark because I'll get over and ask, why am I here? You know, not the fact that I'm here to help the community, but why are you out here anyway? So I think this week's been very good for a lot of people, but some people will need some more time. But I think what you guys were doing, the NBA Coaches Association with Stan Van Gundy, who I heard him talk about this other day as well, and Dre Popovich and Steve Kerr, you guys are doing a great thing using their platform to help spark a change in this country that we needed for so long already here, Coach.
No, and I appreciate it. I think it's a tremendous job from you as well by being willing to speak about this and have this on your show and continue to educate others. And the more we can have these conversations, the better.
Most definitely, Coach. I want to talk to you about the team some, man. I read a report earlier here in the last hour that Al Silver wants to only do 22 teams, which means the Hawks are probably done for the year. And I know I heard you say that your team needs to play, and I agree with you. You need to get those guys more experience in game action. So what will be your plan of action going forward to help your young core, your core five there grow and improve, knowing that, hey, the season's over, Summer League probably is not going to happen now, and what will be the plan going forward for you and your core five guys going forward?
Well, it's all of our guys. You know, it's our entire organization. It's the commitment to what we can do to get better. And, you know, game experience is the ultimate, but that doesn't mean we'd have to stop. We have to get in the weight room. We have to get stronger. We have to get in better condition with how we treat our bodies and that long-term aspect of really being diligent with what we do to get better physically. But we'll find ways. You know, that one setback isn't going to hold us off. You know, we've been away from basketball for a while, and it's affected everyone in our league. But for us, you know, we go back to the drawing boards, and we're still aimed at not skipping any steps, which means we've got to work on player development, work on our bodies, stay in the gym, and we'll continue to grow as a group. So it would be unfortunate if we don't make it to Orlando. It won't be the end of the world. We'll continue to work.
And Coach, how have you guys kind of approached the whole pandemic with the guys not being away from you guys? The facility just opened up recently here after the governor opened Georgia back up. So how's it been kind of keeping guys mentally healthy as well as physically healthy with the pandemic and things going on in that regard?
It's the same as everyone else. Trying to stay in contact as best you can. Obviously using Zoom for team meetings and creating dialogue, not just on basketball, really not about a lot of basketball at all. Just creating dialogue, keeping that connection, that chemistry with one another, and finding other ways to stay connected. I think, big part of team is understanding who you're fighting with, who you're working with, and caring for that other person and caring for your teammate. That's if you really, truly want to be a good teammate, it's about the others. And, the Zoom meetings, the pandemic, the time away has allowed us an opportunity to stay connected, stay in communication with each other, and just focus on that aspect of our team building.
And Coach, we're here in Tennessee here. You coach with the Memphis Grizzlies and down there in Memphis. So talk to us about your experience down there with the Grizzlies and how it was being on Coach Lionel Hollins and the gritty and grind and how the grind house was popping back then, Coach, as they say down in Bluff City down there.
Yeah, an unbelievable time. The 2 seasons under Coach Hollins, everything that he did for that organization and that city should be commended. We ended up leaving in that last year after making it to the Western Conference Finals. But he was one of the more instrumental guys in my career because of his passion for that city, because of the work that he and his wife Angie did. In that city with the Lady Grizz organization and the community efforts that Lionel did. He really bought into the grit and grind aspects of the team, but he really bought into the grit and grind aspects as a head coach in a major city and really trying to uplift and build that city. So I was more impressed, being in Memphis under Lionel's tutelage and the commitment that he showed for that city of Memphis.
Oh, yeah. So, it's always good to drive down there and see those guys play. Or, I'll be up I-40 late night going from Nashville to Memphis after the games, man, seeing you guys play back in those days, my early days of radio, man, grinding out there hard, something to do with you guys with the Hawks, man. And, I love what you all did down there for that city and that team, because that city really loves their team. They love their Grizzlies so much down there. And that's the passion they have for that team was one of a kind, in my opinion, Coach.
Yeah, no, it's an unbelievable group. Mike Conley and Tony Allen, Zach and Rudy and OJ, a lot of guys that came in and gave their all and had probably some of their best years there in the city. It was a great time to be part of the Grizzlies organization.
And, Coach, you coached one of my buddies, Robert Covington, with the Sixers, who went to TSU, my alma mater here in Nashville. Speak about Robert Covington, his development as a player, and what he meant to you when you worked with him in your time in Philadelphia there.
Yeah, great story for a guy who really had to work his way into the NBA. I believe he was undrafted, one of those in-between position guys, but, true character, true testament to his work ethic. Was able to get picked up by the Houston Rockets organization. We were able to pick him up and sign him to an extension and a long-term deal in his first go round, and then really get him a major payday in his second go round with Philly. And you've seen he's been an all defensive player. He's moved a little bit, but he's a very valuable 3-and-D type of player in our league, and that's where our league is. And so Rob's in a great position down in Houston, and we'll be looking forward to seeing him again when the season resumes.
Well, Coach Pierce, thank you for your time today, Coach. Best luck to you. I'm so happy for you, the job you're doing with the Atlanta Hawks. I'll also be any time we coach. The Hawks are my favorite team. I know I shouldn't be biased, but you all have my favorite team. From being in Nashville, I just come down there and see you guys at the Omni play. So I've been a Hawks fan since I was a child. So getting to cover you guys and talk to you and your players, man, it's a dream for me always. I just want to see you guys when I come down there and cover the team, man.
No, I appreciate you having me on, and be safe, and good luck with the rest of the radio.
Thank you, Coach. Have a good one. Talk to you real soon, buddy.
Okay, thank you.
That's Lloyd Pierce on the Bossman Show.
hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today. True Speech and 313 Fresh. Family Grind ENT. Believe in it. Get it.
A gorgeous tan from Suntan City gives you an inner glow that relights the fire when you run into your first crush.
Vicky, who was that?
An old boyfriend.
Lucky you just tanned at Suntan City.
Lucky he's single. We're doing lunch tomorrow.
Won't be single for long then.
During Tour of the City, try all 5 tans, including spray tan, for just $4.99. Restrictions may apply. Click to buy now.
When you're a teen, you finally get to make some of your own decisions. Who are you going to hang out with? What do you want to be? Are you going to glance at that text while driving? Remember, a split second is all it takes for something tragic to happen. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
It's maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer. All the stars are closer.
Tell me what you gonna do to me. Confrontation ain't nothing new to me. You could bring a bullet, bring a sword, bring a morgue, but you can't bring the truth to me.
Alexa, play Kendrick Lamar and SZA.
Okay.
Maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer.
With Amazon Music, a voice is all you need. Get tens of millions of songs. Download the Amazon Music app today.
Yeah, it's your man JC, the host with the most, baby, and it goes down each and every Saturday night right here in the city of Memphis. That's right, y'all. It goes down at Clicks Sports Bar Memphis, baby. 3705 Malco Way, Memphis, Tennessee, 38125. Come out and join us, the Three Kings, each and every Saturday night for the livest karaoke in the city. Everybody gets in free till 10 p.m. Only $5 after. Great food. We got drink specials. We got all kind of games, man. We got the pool tables popping. Whatever you want, we got you, man. Come on out. Have a good time with us each and every Saturday night. That's Clicks Sports Bar, Memphis.